Thanks for joining me today to talk about Cobie and IFC. In June of 2007, a specification for the exchange of construction handover data was published. 13 months later, software companies such as Autodesk Bentley and the Onuma Planning System implemented Cobie. While these software companies thought that Cobie was a great idea, they also wanted to make sure that they did not have to reproduce the same Cobie effort everywhere in the world. At that point, the Building Smart International was engaged, and a specification for a model view definition called the Facility Management Basic Handover Model View Definition was provided. All model view definition files are to be provided in ISO 10303 standard for product data exchange format. ISO 10303 Part 21 provides the specific ASCII format for the FM handover or any other IFC model view definition file. Here's one page of a STEP Part 21 file from our clinic project. Line 85 of this specification identifies a space object for the central waiting room. Of course, it's pretty hard for humans to digest data in that format, so Cobie also provides a spreadsheet of the same exact information. This is the spreadsheet of the space data. The information that we see here is exactly the same as the information from the previously highlighted STEP file. It's simply the information about the waiting room in a format that's easier for people to digest. Cobie is part of NBIMS version 2, the U.S. National BIM standard published in March of 2012. An important aspect about this national standard is the specification of the way that information can be transferred between the spreadsheet version and the IFC version of Cobie. Since its initial publication in March of 2012, some additional changes have been included in the current version of Cobie, which is 2.4. Between the initial specification of the FM handover version, the Building Smart International has developed a very important tool called the Ifc Docx Tool to help establish consistent model view definitions. The model view definition for Cobie 2.4 now supersedes the previous model view definition. It can be found on the Building Smart Alliance website. The Cobie model view identifies all of the objects in IFC necessary to support Cobie and the relationship between these objects. The model view definition also explains how these objects correspond to real elements in real buildings. The model view definition also provides all the class diagrams necessary to understand the relationships between each of the entities in the model view definition. Using all of this information together, software companies are able to export a STEP Part 21 file to get the waiting room in the proper file format. The Building Smart International has specific rules about how to map model view definitions to STEP Part 21 files. The Building Smart Alliance similarly has a specification to map the model view definition into a spreadsheet for Cobie, found in the Cobie Responsibility Matrix. The next few slides will look at a few of the different parts of that responsibility matrix. The tab entitled Spreadsheet Schema provides the complete specification of the Cobie spreadsheet version data model. Moving to the right on that tab, we can see the detailed IFC 2x4 mappings between the Cobie spreadsheet and the IFC model view definition. Continuing further right on this same worksheet, we see the details of how to map between IFC and Cobie, or Cobie and IFC. In addition, a variety of alternative processing mechanisms are identified for specific implementation details. The Type Assets tab identifies those IFC entities that should be filtered out or not included when producing Cobie data sets. The next tab, Component Assets, identifies those instance objects which should also be filtered out when producing Cobie model view definition data. The tab entitled Property Sets allows those transforming between IFC and spreadsheet version of Cobie model view definition to put the attribute data found in the spreadsheet version in the proper IFC property sets. There are several different free products that allow you to transform information in a Cobie model view from the STEP physical file format to the spreadsheet format and vice versa. Here's one example called the Cobie Toolkit that you can find on the Building Smart Alliance Information Exchange Means and Methods page. Many of us don't really want to take the time to figure all this detail out. We just want to know how it all fits together. The next several slides can help you do just that. Let me motivate this discussion by saying a true fact, that there is no such thing as an IFC file. Now, here's what I mean. The IFC model itself is a model of everything in the building, but usually not everyone wants to know everything about a building. People want to just know the specific information they need to get their job done, and that's where model view definitions come into play. Let's look at model view definitions that require information about the IFC space object, or what we might call rooms. During the architectural planning phase, architects and planners and owners will want to talk about room data sheets. There's certainly one specification and need to have information about the rooms and spaces in the building. Later in the project, cost estimators would be interested in the area measurements associated with those room data sheets. And of course, they also need the information about spaces, but they also need some information that architects and planners don't need, like the cost of the various components and finishes that are going to go in each of those spaces. As with building programming and cost estimating, some information is required about spaces at handover, but it's not exactly the same set of information, even though we're all talking about the same rooms in the building. So what I mean to say when I say there's no such thing as an IFC file is that no one wants all of the information at one time. Everybody only wants the piece of the information needed to get their work done. So the confusion is that when people say, I want an IFC file, what they really mean is that they want a specific model view definition, and that's the content specification, and that they want that information in a predefined format that might be Step Part 21, or in the case of Cobie, could even look like a spreadsheet. So, thanks for joining me today to talk a little bit about Cobie and IFC.